everybody. You know it's time for me to start because I'm doing a cough of some kind. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for coming. It is time for more work on Eldritchrune and my mouse stuck under my tablet. And I was trying to I was debating on what I should work on today and finally decided, okay, let's just work on some, we're going to work on some character shading today. Oh, I've got a lot of background stuff to do. I'm gonna work on this instead, I think. So, I know we've been seeing this particular page, this particular section a lot, but too bad, we're seeing it more. So it's gotta get done. Anything that gets done, gets done. Although probably next week, and if I don't have something else to work on that I can share, I'll probably be doing backgrounds again. So I also have to do a lot of background shading and stuff. But for now, character shading, where Catti is playing with the humans. It's all very, very cute. Not cute for the human stuff. Anyways, I hope that you are all doing well. If you are joining me, I realize now I want this ball to be regular. Whew. It was rainy out today. It was a little rough because I need to go out and catch Pokemons in the rain today, but I'll just bring an umbrella. Yes, you do. From the soccer balls of doom. Of doom. I'm gonna do this a little differently than how I usually do shading. We'll do it one page at a time, rather than whole sections at a time. Oh, good grief. Although, what shade was I using? I'm going to check a previous thing. Trying to grab something real quick. Nope, ignore the text, don't look at it. There we go. Alright, it's this one. Oh well, I don't think anybody was here anyway, so, haha. Ignore the text. Catti and Jockington, I hope we see you next time. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're at least doing better than these people are, which I imagine you are. This is now a very bad place to be in for the human. Thank you so much for subscribing. I super appreciate it. Good grief, that's almost it's over 2 years. Ah! Giant kitty chimera, exactly. Everybody loves a giant kitty chimera, except when it's throwing soccer balls at your face. I'll go back and do stuff with the, we'll do effects on, like, the little swirlies over her head later. It does not feel long at all. Good grief. It feels like forever, and yet no time. And hey, 10th anniversary tomorrow. Wonder if we'll finally get a newsletter. What weird thing will happen with all the things we turned in? Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Whatever we had to say for our what does Undertale mean to you kind of stuff. What are they going to do with that? I want to see it. Also, I kind of wonder if they'll do like a concert at some point for Eldritchrune the same way they did for Undertale. The concert was really neat. That's a long time. Definitely, I've been working on Eldritchrune for longer than I ever expected. And it will probably continue so. I was working on Paper Trail for so long, too. Well, not as long as some other things. I think just because I was trying hard to get through it till I got injured, and then I got stuck for a little bit. Oh my goodness. That's a long, long time. It's fun to stick with the project for a long time. I like doing that anyway. It's kind of usually how I do it. But that's just me. It's just like the Energizer Buddy. It keeps going and going and going. It's so funny because, like, I knew how I was going to end Paper Trail, like, the earliest. I had the ending in mind for that, like, that was one of the first things I worked out. Just like Toby, exactly. This poor guy, someday he'll be able to share his dream images. Toby, in the new newsletter, please tell us something about chapters 6 and 7. Please, you haven't said a word yet. What's going on with them? Please. Tell us something about them. Anything. Especially after chapter 5 is out next year. It'd be like, you can only talk about 6 and 7 then, please. Oh, okay, yeah, I better get out my thing. Hold on, let me finish this real quick and then we'll do Sorova. I gotta look her up. Where is my little thing? Quick doodles. Alright. The stream doodle page. Here it is. Okay. Let's we can go find a wiki real quick. And what? There we go. Those are the battle versions. Where's the overworld? Thank you. Excuse me. I haven't drawn her that much. I've only drawn her a little bit. Fox lady. So I'm doing it right. It's like, whoa, that's a big bird over there. What's going on with that? Let's see. She has a big old tail, doesn't she? Does that not come out, unless she's in battle? I can't remember. I guess I'll look further down to check. Oh, she doesn't. Okay, she's done a hotel. Weird. Okay. No tail for her. Okay. Thoba. Alright. Get her. Nope. Grief. Photoshop's weird sometimes. Alright. We have ourselves a Saroba. No probalo. Gotta have a Saroba in there. Alright, we're back to it. Yes, that was from last time. It was an Articuno. Yeah, I feel great. I feel like I barely drew Saroba back when I was doing some Undertale Yellow art too. It's been a while. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for doing the art request, and then eventually we will fill up the page and share it around. I have my regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. Oh, thank you. That's sweet that people want to draw your character. Always feels very good. And I swear, I'm pretty sure I know the My Way song better from MST3K than I do from like actual Frank Sinatra, which is a little embarrassing, but that's how it is. That's what MST3K does to you. Oh, Dragon Ball Abridged. I haven't seen Dragon Ball Abridged. I'm aware of its existence and its influence, but I haven't actually watched an episode. Probably would make more sense if I had actually seen Dragon Ball, but instead of Dragon Ball here we have Soccer Ball. Oh yeah, I think everybody knows that from Evangelion. Fly me to the moon. Something among the stars. And of course, the problem is you only know like the first like few seconds of "Fly Me to the Moon" because you're like, okay, well I got to skip through the, credits and get to the next episode. So it's like, "Fly me to the moon and let me," in the next episode, and you never hear the rest of the song. Ain't that always the way? I think what other popular songs people know better from like a piece of media than the actual song thing they're from. Probably quite a few of those. We're having a grand old time. Oh, holding out for a hero. To be fair, I feel like that movie was the best ever used for that song. Like that's a really good cover of that song. Like absolutely played it up, and yeah, that movie did that song correctly. So congratulations, they did it right. Not a bad association to associate that song with Shrek 2. Yeah, it was a good cover. I guess speaking of Shrek, that's probably also true of Smash Mouth's song. Somebody once told me. Yeah, that part's really annoying. Why did they, like, they had good, you know, versions of songs that people already like. Like, people have nostalgic connections with Mario music. Why on earth are you just using pop songs? Like, well, I guess it is a, what it was, an Illumination movie. Like, guys, okay. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. We are doing some character stuff today. Living on a prayer. We'll make it, I swear. I see people right now. Hey, we're living on a prayer. We won't make it, we swear. Mostly I like all the other variations you can get on that song. I've seen, like, you know, living in a pair. Next to a bear. I'll tell you what, another song that, like, I know the parody better than the actual song is Take On Me. Because for a while they had that, you know, little version that came out, and my roleplay group thought that's just the funniest thing ever, so we listened to that a bunch. And it was like, oh, good grief. For a while we were going around quoting, pipe wrench fight, is he dead? He's alive, and I'm gonna get rid of you, you stupid bot. Where is it? Let's get rid of you. Good grief, what a pain in the butt. And bloop. Nope, where's my block? There we go. Band. Boys are back in town to kill you. Now I'm mad. I'm trying to remember the lyrics to the little version of Take On Me. I'm drawing a blank. It's been a while since I've heard it. Maybe I should listen again. It's hard. You always remember Pipe Wrench Fight. Show the sky, then cut back to these two. You go through first. I'm gonna mess you up with my pipe wrench. I think they also did a little version of, oh, what was it? No! They will have more children! You can't stop them! They're Sims or something, I don't know. I played SimCity, not the actual Sims. I played old school SimCity on my black and white Mac. I imagine so. But now you gotta build more houses for them. And get them more foods or more swimming pools to trap them in. I don't know. I haven't played The Sims. Seems like there's a lot involved in it, though. Mostly it seems like Sims got very, microtransaction-y. Very, very buy all our playsets and toys. Which I still use all the time for random things. Thank you for altering my vocabulary forever, Homestar Runner. Sims is like Lego now. But then again, I would just want to play with actual Legos, like the actual satisfying bit of like putting blocks together. But now Legos are super expensive. You get the basic sets for free. At least there's that. How did Legos get so expensive? Or did my parents just shell out a lot for Legos when I was a kid and I didn't notice because I was a kid? That and Playmobil. Playmobil was also kind of expensive, and we play with those things a ton. I think it also seems like now Lego is like super branded. It's like you don't just get bricks; you have to get. And now you're gonna get the, you know, Lord of the Rings bricks. The Lego movie was right all along. Like, watch out, this is going to be turned into a collector's thing, and then you can't actually play with it. We're going to glue you down. The craggle and all that stuff. You know, when I was a kid, we played with Legos. They were a children's toy. But it's also a lot of, like, just regular bricks. Mega blocks. I think people are like, oh, we need to, you know, vote to get a Eldritchrune Lego set going on. I'm like, one, what are you talking about? Make those yourself. That's the point of the Legos. Like, make your own Lego characters. You don't need a minifig for it. Just make it with the bricks. Not quite enough, so I guess so. Aren't they gonna do a Playmobil movie too? What happened to that? Is that still in production? The Playmobil is like... Legos has become more like Playmobil now that I think about it. Now see, that looks fun. Oh my goodness. Now, if I had like all the time and like so many Lego bricks and a place to put all this stuff, I would make like Ralph's castle out of Lego bricks without, you know, following a guide. Just like pick the right bricks and the right colors, and there you go. That would be cool. That'd be a fun project. I don't know, I'm just eternally impressed by people that can like make something particular without having to follow like a set. Like when I was younger, much younger, we had this foreign exchange student from Germany who was living with us for a while, and the movie Independence Day came out, and he made, just, you know, kind of hanging out with us dumb little kids with the Lego bricks, he made one of the little alien fighter ships out of like regular Lego bricks that we had lying around. It was like an exact replica of it. Like, they didn't have like an Independence Day set. He just made that like himself. Everything's on fire. It's because Catti and Jockington are setting it on fire, and also they're setting it on soccer balls. Like, I originally thought that was the appeal of Minecraft, was basically like Legos but virtual. Now there's like all this like stuff with it. Maybe there's always been stuff with it, I don't know. Creative mode. Okay, so it still does that. Okay. Well, I guess that's good they have, you know, different modes depending on what you want to do. Yeah, I've never played Minecraft either. I'll get too caught up in, I gotta do my project in the thing. And that's pretty much me with Animal Crossing. I had to keep playing, eventually stop, because I'm like, okay, I've done everything I can do no more. I've caught all the fish and bugs many times. I've filled out the museum. I've gotten all the little dooblies. So I can't do something like FF14 or Minecraft, something that's like, and here's a project that you can spend 10 million hours doing, because that's all I would do and I would get nothing else done. Even though I know FF14 especially is like the social element. You do your socializing in 14 as well. It's like half the people I know at work also play 14, I'm sure. But no, I draw, instead I draw guys getting hit with soccer balls from a giant chimera. Hooray! Yeah, since we were talking about it earlier, what do you think is going to happen for the anniversary tomorrow, the 10th anniversary? What are we going to get from Toby and the gang? We haven't really heard much about it, but something's probably going to happen since it's the 10th. Interviews, yeah. Eldritchrune update, please. We have gotten interviews, yes. I do hope we get a little bit more lore. Wait, there's a new concert different from like the 5th anniversary concert. Remakes Undertale 2. That's why Eldritchrune was taking so long. We had to make Undertale again. Undertale 2. Wow. It's like the Stanley Parable. I didn't realize there was going to be another concert. I didn't really like the 5th anniversary one. Are they going to do it again? Just maybe some new songs as well? And I'm curious. I haven't heard much about that. Yeah, it would be cool. I really like the concert. They did. I'm not sure quite what else they would add. They did so many songs at the concert. I think they only missed a few. So unless they're doing a Eldritchrune concert on top of that, which would be cool. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I kind of feel like if it was Undertale's anniversary, yeah, we'll get information about Eldritchrune, but I imagine it would be, the focus would be on Undertale. Yep. Everything's on fire, but at least there's nice Undertale music. I think I'm also missing something. Yeah, right there. Whee! I'm gonna add effects in here later. Yeah, I'm curious about that because I barely got in something for that. I did send in my memory of Undertale kind of thing. I did do that. I guess I haven't seen that particular Spider-Man movie either, though I've seen clips of it. All right, we're just doing the shading for these. Actually, what I need to do is time for me to do a stretch. And then we'll do the rest. My pillow. Yeah, I'm really curious what they're going to do with all the apparently 400,000 submissions. I did draw a little portrait of myself, though. Although I just did the basic black and white version, not a fancier one. Barely squeezed that in on my iPad. I hope it got in. They sent out that message on, like, the same day as my brother's wedding. So in the morning, I'm like, I gotta get this done before the wedding. my hotel room. Blue face Flowey. His name is Bluey. Wait, no. That's a different dog. My OC Bluey. Wait a second, exactly. I'll name it something else, like Bingo. Oh, wait a second. We also gotta see if we get any more. I do wonder if they're gonna show us any of Dark Nurse from Chapter 5. I imagine something's gonna happen with all those flowers that Asgore's been hanging on to. With, oh, I've kept them preserved in class. Oh, I talk to them like they're people. Oh, we know that plants come to life in the dark world, huh? They're gonna become people, but they're still gonna be trapped in, like, glass jail, and they'll be like, free us! We've been kept imprisoned here for eons! Flowey times 7. Just howdy, 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 howdy. A whole bunch of howdies. Run into my bullets, not their bullets. Run into my bullets. Aw, kitty. Like, hooray, a cat causing destruction. That's my favorite kind of cat. I think it'd be cool if you could manifest cats whenever you wanted. I'd do that. Well, also, I'd manifest lizards whenever I wanted, but I don't need to because I have one in my house all the time. Whoa! It just turned around and there she is! I manifested her! She usually hides in her log, but she came out and she's just staring at me as soon as I'm like, I will manifest a lizard in my house right now! Turn around and she's just staring at me. It's like, I heard you talking about me. That's what I heard. I've come out to investigate. Yay, Eldritch God of Lizards. I will summon all the lizards to me. Come to me, lizards. And be cute. And catch a bug. Alright, I'll be right back for one more stretch and water and stuff. Elvies, look at you! Yeah. I'm back and we can continue on. Hello, thank you for coming. Alright, I was away doing my stretch and getting jump scared by my lizard, who is just still clinging to a rock, being like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yes, it's Eldritchrune time. More of it. Alfie's jump scare. He's like, I will come up behind you very quietly. Free from ads, hooray! But are you free from Catti and Jockington? We're here to have a snack or two. Put the void spots on them. Eventually, I will do the meeting Catti and Jockington scene. I have no clue when I'll do it, but I gotta do it at some point. I don't know, are you secretly in a comic? Well, are you? I don't know if that'd be better or worse than right now. Probably worse, I don't know. Depends on the comic. Yeah, Alphys, I don't know what you'd look like as an eldritch monster. You probably are an eldritch monster to, like, the crickets. Giant dragon coming after you very slowly because you can't figure out where they are. You are in a Virtual Boy game. Well, good news. The Virtual Boy is coming back. So you'll be okay. Why are they bringing back the Virtual Boy and then changing nothing about it? Surely this time it'll work. Put Morbius in theaters again. Ooh, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, sexy linoleum. Keep poking me about that. Cause yeah, I might need music. I especially might need sound effects and stuff. But keep that in mind. Cause yeah, I mean it's gonna be after Deltarune finishes, so I'm guessing that's probably gonna be good grief. I'm guessing 2029 or 2030 is my guess if it's like 1 year per chapter. Yeah, that is true. It is game preservation at least. I know VR technology is like expensive, but yeah, why? Yeah, it's far in the future. Like the project I want to do after the whole game is out, which yeah, I'm not sure when the whole game will be out. But we know Chapter 5 will be out next year. And then, yeah, assuming that it takes 1 more year per chapter, then one is like, but I imagine depending on how complicated the chapters are, you know, I can see it finishing in 2029. Well, you know, it's quite a bit in Nintendo's part. While it would be really cool if Chapter 5 released with the rest, I don't think that's the case. I think if that were the case, they would say so. I don't think they would need to hide that fact. I get the feeling that Chapter 5 is going to be, like, really large. I don't know. I think I'd be a little bit mad if, like, Chapter 6 was, like, a cutscene, like with Mother 3 that I just experienced. I'd be like, dude, come on. Like, it works fine with Mother 3 because I have the whole game, but... yeah, they said Chapter 5 would come out. But they also said previously that Chapter 5 was going to be released with 3 and 4. And then they decided, no, that's going to take too long. So we'll just focus on 3 and 4, and then 5 will come later. So I kind of get the feeling it's going to be one at a time. Maybe I'm wrong. You're taking too long. Exactly, that's probably how poor Toby feels. He's like, I am taking too long, please. Just need to get this out, please. I know how that feels. I mean, maybe 6 and 7 will be released together. It's possible. But I get the feeling 6 and 7 are also going to be pretty extensive. And then there's the folks that are like, and also maybe we'll have a chapter 8 or a chapter 0. And I'm like, I kind of doubt it. But with the length of time it's been taking, I think we're getting, 7 chapters. If there was a chapter 8 or a chapter 0, I think that's what would be and then this is just a cutscene sort of thing. Yeah, I could not wait that long. Good grief. No way. Plus, part of the fun is, like, thinking about, okay, as we get little bits here and there, let's, think about what these mean and theorize. Like, that's fun. Yeah, like, if I was, like, a casual fan, it'd spoil on so much. And then you all will learn what non-binary is, whether you want to or not. Yeah, props to the people who are trying to wait for the whole game, but could not be me. Again, I think it's fun to try and, like, speculate on what could happen in the future in the meanwhile. You could be right, but you will likely be wrong. And it's fun either way, whether you're wrong or right. Oh yeah. I love that Steam so far has been broken by 2 indie games. Yeah, plenty of other games to play between chapters. Good grief. Someday I'll get to Hollow Knight, I hope. Ooh. Someday. But I've already got plenty of stuff to get through. I know, seriously. It's just very funny that, like, I don't know, AAA is pulling, like, bajillions of dollars that, not going to the devs necessarily. And then, no, the stuff that's actually, breaking the thing that everybody wants to play it is, like, an indie game made by a small team of, like, 10 people. Everybody's just been desperate for. Yeah, that's my fear, is, like, I know that, I'm gonna suck at those kind of games. Like, precision platforming kind of stuff, I'm bad at that, I'm gonna do badly. It's like, do y'all want to see me fail over and over again at Hollow Knight? I don't know. I don't know about that. Thank you, Silk Song, for breaking everything. Like, I do not doubt it's a very good game. It looks good. Just from the little bit I've seen. I just, like, the best place I would be able to play it would be, Friday night stuff. And I know that I would suck at it a lot. So I'm like, do people want to see me just, like, fail at something over and over and get lost? Ooh, that's... rage quitting, not fun. I don't like getting... I don't find it fun to get to the point where, like, I rage quit. Like, for some people, it's like, okay, trying this over and over and over again, like, that's fun, and that's fine for them, but, like, generally, like, once I've tried a boss, like, 5 times or so, after that point, I'm like, oh no. The funometer starts to drop off. Definitely getting through the night was a challenge. So I'm not surprised when people were like, I'm gonna mod it to be easier. Like, okay. And yeah, even with something like, say, Hades, because I did enjoy Hades. Like, even though I died a lot, like, that was kind of the point. And you always, like, learned something interesting or got cool stuff from dying. So it didn't feel like dying was a setback in Hades. It was like, okay, I died, but, like, I'll just try again and I'll learn new things. Like, that's a difficult thing to pull off, so I am excited for Hades, too. I gotta try that at some point. But, like, being stuck on something and, like, feeling like you're not progressing even though you're doing it over and over again, it's like, ugh. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the point in Hades. Like, you die over and over again, but one, it's the point, and two, like, every time you die, you learn something new. You feel like you're making progress, even though, you know, even though you're technically, you know, you're not getting very far, you're still making progress even if you die. So it's like, okay, I don't feel like I'm losing much. Oh, that's good. It does feel good, like, when you're like, okay, you know, this thing I've been stuck on, I finally, you know, got through it. I finally figured it out. Although that then makes the problem of, like, replayability difficult, because it's like, okay, I finally did it. I don't want to do it again. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't really want to fight the knight again now that I've beaten them once. Mantis Lords. Well, we know one thing for certain, sir. It wasn't a giant, deadly mantis. Mantis land here. Yeah, how do you speedrun Hollow Knight? Oh man, you think there's gonna be like a Silk Song run at GDQ next year? That'll be wild. They should close that. They should close out that with Silk Song. Honestly, that'll be crazy. Since they close out the last one with New Eldritchrune, they should close out this one with some Silk Song. That people would go crazy. See somebody who's super skilled. Well, no, it would be with oh, I assume she means Deltarune. Well, I guess there is a knight in Hollow Knight. Let's see. We're still running. Still running vaguely for our brave goal. Soccer ball attack! Oops, forgot about that. Yeah, I don't really want to do the knight again, although I wouldn't be surprised if I have to at some point. I'm sure, like, in a later chapter we'll have to do an actual proper battle with them, because even this one is like, oh, all of that, oh, you got down 75% of its health. Okay. Or you didn't even get down 75, you got down 25% of its health. You won by getting a quarter of its health down. And even then, you didn't really win. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? It seems to be required, since you get a shadow crystal from it, and then Sham's like, "Yeah, you got the shadow crystal. Holy cow! Well, find one more." Actually, what does Sham say if you get the shadow crystal from the knight, but you don't get it from Garrison? I don't think I've seen that. I don't know. Alright. You're crazier than Juggle. Yeah, you can't go to him after entering the second sanctuary. Oh, that's true. It's weird because he says I'm pretty sure he says you get one more crystal after Garrison. Does he say 2 more? I thought he said 1 more. I'm misremembering. Okay, he says 2 more after the night. Okay. And one of those is Garrison. So you'd assume the other one is from the Chapter 5 secret boss. Whoever that might be. Run, Shay! Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So after Garrison we have 1 more. Whatever that last one will be. Hopefully not as difficult as the night, please. Please. This night was kind of ridiculous. Maybe. I guess then where would the other last crystal be if it doesn't come from the night? Is there an even harder battle? Let's go. This color. You lose. Good day, sir. Imagine the Shadow Crystal stuff is going to be for something important. Eram is like, oh, you're looking for these things, aren't you? You think it's going to help you? And then Sham's like, ooh, I'll make you something cool if you find all the secret bosses. Oh yeah, I'm pretty certain we're going to have to fight the boss again, or fight the knight again. We'll finally get them unmasked. December holiday? Susie's like, who? I imagine at the very least next time we fight them, they would have to be beatable by a less hardcore player. If they are not a secret boss, but a regular boss. I hope she has. I hope she has. Although, I'm not looking forward to when she finds out about Chris being in on the night conspiracy. It's gonna be bad. That would be cool to see a remix on that. Yeah, I think this is enemy approaching for yellow. I think that's what it is. Oh yeah, hopefully she's put together that about December holiday. It's like, oh, by the way, what happened to your sister? Yeah, I think this is like a really old version from like before the actual game was out, and we just had the demo out. From a while ago. I'm scared what Susie gonna do. No, Susie's not dumb, but also people have just not talked about December that much. She's heard, okay, Noelle's sister, huh? And then, like, we haven't gotten much more. She's like, nobody has told her why she can't use the guitar. Like, even Noelle's like, don't touch that, never mind. Yeah, she just hasn't heard that much about Des yet. She is aware that Noelle has a sister. Doesn't seem to know much beyond that. Doesn't seem to have asked much about, okay, why can't I pick up the guitar? Why can't I touch anything in this room, sort of thing. Carol definitely did not give her time for that. Just get out of my house. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, she would probably do that, but it's also a question of, okay, is she aware what happened to her sister? I don't think she knows much else beyond that. She can probably put together, Noelle has sister. Sister's named December. Is she cursed, just like in Dragon Blazers? This is just like in that videos game. Yeah. Dun dun dun. I'll tell you who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Papyrus! Haha. You all were expecting Death's holiday, but it was Papyrus all along. Why haven't we seen him? Yes, but also remember, they're inspired by each other. They're not necessarily a one-to-one correlation of what's going to happen. For example, in Lord of the Hammer, he talks about, oh, the heroes do battle in chariots to save the queen. But the queen does not need saving in what happened with the prophecy. Noelle's the one that needed saving. So, things will be similar, but also different. I mean, there's also stuff like the heroes travel to islands in the Northern Light. That doesn't really happen in Chapter 3 either, unless you count Sword Root. I don't think Noelle counts as the queen. I think it really is a case of I have reinterpreted the story, and while there are things that are similar in a lot of ways, things are events are different in a lot of ways. Like, even stuff like, okay, defeat the king, stop the dragon. They didn't really stop the dragon, she stopped herself, assuming that Susie is the dragon. Basically, I'm mostly thinking, like, let's be careful about assuming that, because of how Garrison described, the field of pink and gold, that means that, Asgore's going to get really jealous of Sans and that his shop is going to burn down. I don't think that's the case, actually. that's what happened in Lord of the Hammer, but not necessarily what's happening in the actual game. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be like, oh, Noelle was actually the queen, because I think Noelle was Noelle. She is never described as a queen. I think at the very least it's clear that, yeah, next Dark World's going to be in Asgore's shop. Seems likely. Oh yeah, I definitely think that we're going to be, at least by Chapter 7, that Susie is going to get the opportunity to write a better ending than whatever is destined to happen. We're gonna slightly darker shade here. Basically, we would get like the roaring and stuff like that in Chapter 6, very cliffhanger ending, and then Chapter 7 is things get really different than how they otherwise would have gone. I don't know if we're going to have much opportunity for like other Dark World locations after Chapter 5, though. And people are like, oh, we'll do the hospital or we'll do the holiday house. And I'm like, man, I don't know if we will. I think our last proper Dark World will be the festival. Yeah, like I would not be surprised if the Weird Route ends at Chapter 6. It could go on. It could. But I would not be shocked if Weird Route ended a little early. A tricky doggo. Indeedy. Tricky Tony. Ugh. You guys are like, bye lady, you have fun with the giant chimera. Not our business. Eram Charles Cloak. See, I just now go with John Mantle. That's my go-to. Charles Cloak is my mother's name. I'm John Mantle. I hope we someday get an explanation for Eram, though, because, what's going on with that? Yep, John Mantle. Well, Charles can be a girl's name. Charlie, short for Charlotte. I guess John can, too. Whatever. Joanna. John Mantle. Yeah, I was finally able to beat John Mantle twice at least. More times than I have the night. I was wondering, what are you doing, John Mantle? What is your purpose? Other than to be an annoying boss battle, that is. Yeah, I just don't know what to make of them. That and Friend, like people are like, oh, Friend is this, Friend is the tail of hell, Friend is the evil behind it all. And yeah, bully Chris, I guess. Just, I don't know. John Madden, John Madden, John Madden, football! I do suck at Zelda. That much is true. Yeah, that's gonna get weird. Also, apparently, like, John Mantle stole the mantle from Sean, and Sean knows this? How? Who are you, John Mantle? Yeah, I really can't figure out much with Friend yet. Some people are, like, super into, like, oh, this is how Friend is gonna be, this is what Friend is doing. I'm like, that's cool. I've drawn a blank on Friend. Oh yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on with, like, Chris's guilt. Alright, I think I gotta stop now to do a stretch, so let's do that. Another mantle. The layers of reality, it's getting weird. It's getting weird. The regular mantle is still out there. I don't know, it does seem like Friend is at least capable of, like, traversing through layers of reality, since we see it in the game, but also outside the game, when it's in Chapter 2 briefly, but it's also in Noelle's game, which means it's in that layer of reality. It's kind of moving between, you know, darker world, dark world, light world, you know, device layer. Friend is a mystery. The mantle is a thing that does things and nobody knows what the heck is going on. True. All we know is that Chris is kind of scared of it. Also very interesting that, you know, when you're playing through most of Sword Root, if, you know, Mini Chris, if, you know, Pixel Chris gets hit, then, you know, you have to start over, but it doesn't hurt regular Chris. However, if, you know, you're fighting John Mantle and you get hit, that will hurt regular Chris. Why? Why just you, John Mantle? I think that whole thing with John Mantle is kind of the moment of, like, the character realizes they're in a video game kind of thing. Like, I don't think we're gonna get any instance of, you know, Chris being like, Susie, Noelle, we are just characters in video games. But, like, them playing through, you know, this part of, you know, the Sword Root, and then the whole breaking the fourth wall thing where Chris goes inside the game, Pixel Chris comes outside the game. I feel like that is their moment of, oh no, this is video games, isn't it? Video games all along. Yeah, Mantle seems to realize, oh, I'm not attacking Pixel Chris, we're attacking the soul, which is what Chris is. Or what, you know, affects Chris. We were filled with the power of video game violence. This is like, I tried to escape the violences in video game, but then it turns out I was the video game violence. Ah! I don't know. I wonder if we'll see Pixel Chris again, since they kind of wandered off. They escaped the game, and now they're just out there somewhere. What are they doing? Where do they go? It, like... They only die if you turn off the video game. Oop. They are the vessel. Uh-oh. Alright, I'll be right back for one more stretch and orange juice and stuff.
Girl, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Returning. Oop, what did I miss? Inflate to a shadow. Huh. Oh yeah, that I feel like that would be super cool if the shadow crystals basically gave Chris the ability to peek into, like, you know, a layer of reality above. Either that's the device layer or our layer of reality. I still think it would be cool if we got to actually talk to Chris, even though I know logistically that'd be very difficult to implement. I hope you guys like this part once it's out. She mad. She mad. Get back here. And pretty much. They're just like, not our problem. She's like, you're the armed ones. You fight the giant chimera. No, not that. Not the AI, no. Bad future. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. I don't want, don't give me a monkey's paw situation here. Be careful what you wish for. Well, we don't know if that's what it means in terms of a timeline. We're not sure yet what the shadow crystals mean. There's nothing to say, oh, this is a different timeline. Because also, if you use them, you know, in the dark world, then you see the light world. And if you use them in the light world, you will see the dark world. If you use it in Castletown, nothing changes. If you use them in the prophecy rooms, the prophecy does not change. So I don't necessarily know this is a timeline thing. There's not a clear logic to it yet. I'm a little more inclined to think it's showing something further forward or backward in time than just a different timeline. I hope so. Explain, Toby, explain. Please don't leave us hanging. I imagine there's going to be at least one major thing that doesn't really get explained, and I don't know what that will be. I hope not much. Psych, there's more. But wait, there's more. I was kind of hoping we would get more about the element system in the game, and now it just kind of seems like, no, the element system is for jokes. With a few exceptions like Dark Star. But otherwise, like, you can have things that are just like mouse, mouse, mouse. But wait, there's more. Some of the elements were extremely silly. It's now take your elemental system and just make it silly. Make it so silly. Raining out there or not. Well, I'm supposed to go out later. I mean, yeah, it seems to allude to elements, but it doesn't seem like there's any kind of like system that can be utilized much. Usually when you have an element system, it's like, you know, oh, if you just wear this armor, this will make it, you know, weak to that kind of stuff. But there's so many elements involved at this point that it's like, well, it kind of doesn't matter unless you have something specific. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like if this was something we were going to utilize more, we would have done so by now. If this was meant to be like, oh, you know, do the best, you know, loadout you have to deal with this elemental stuff, but we've gotten like no tutorials on it, not from like a Garrison or Ralsei or anybody or tutorial or anybody else. It seems to kind of be there for the sake of, you know, here, this is kind of funny sort of thing. So it's like, okay. Yeah, and useful for the Dark Star stuff if you get the Shadow Mantle and stuff like that, but otherwise, there's not much you do with it. Let's get that color again. Yes. Yeah. Why is Spampton a cat? Also, thank you for following. Why is Spampton puppet cat type? At least Spampton is. Yeah, the mannequin helps with him. I don't think it helps with the tasks very much. I'm not sure if you fight them after beating Spampton that much. Yes, Smooth the Groove. Black Knife. I want him to do Hammer of Justice. He did do Dark Sanctuary, though. That was really good. Yeah, I think it was Dark Sanctuary. Yeah, I like the chase motif is in Black Knife. Get the mannequin as soon as you get to Queen's Mansion, yeah. Okay, so does it not do anything much against tasks then? Yeah, the chase motif just is the Knight's theme. The chase. Yeah, well, is there any other places it pops up aside from the chase and the Knight's theme? Oh, spawn chase, oof. I did not realize those were Titan spawn for the longest time. I was like, wait a minute, those are Titan spawn. Yeah, but even those are just like generic danger. Generic, uh-oh, hurry up. Go faster. Get your speed run on. Let's see. I think the next thing is down here. Put the pink on her? I did not. Oh my goodness, I just realized I forgot something on her in this one. She's supposed to have the pink stripe. Good grief. Can't go forgetting that. A mannequin does help for certain tasks? Oh. Oh. Oh, fascinating. Those are such niche moments though, especially like the cat shadow guys that are the cats in the rules battle, they only show up for like one turn and then they're gone because they're a joke. I can't help, I've been turned into a cuddly ball. You guys cats, you don't have guns. Got the pink in her fur. Not all of it? I think so. It only shows up for very, very specific moments. Yep, that is the advantage of digital art, is you can get through stuff pretty quick and also correct mistakes pretty easily. Assuming you designed it in such a way. Because if it's all one layer, then a little harder to fix. She coming to play with you. I'll say Catti and Jockington at least are like a fun Eldritch beast to draw. They're fun. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming. Okay, I got asked this on my Tumblr and I don't know, I'm not aware of this, maybe you guys are. Is there any like video or infographic or something that compiles all of the that neatly compiles all of the evidence for Sands and Papyrus being from Eldritchrune originally? Like a proper post about it? Because I know I've seen all this stuff around, but I don't know if I've seen like a really comprehensive video. Or post or something that's like, here's all the evidence, like, clearly laid out. I say listening with a thing of it's raining somewhere else on in the background. No, I think I missed a little something there. On the ear. There we go. I was trying to think, have I seen something like that? I can't recall. I feel like there's got to be something somewhere. And I'd like to be able to link that if I am able to, but I don't know. And if that theory is true, I still want it to be because of Sans' hubris more than anything. Get destroyed by your hubris, boy! Since for that particular thing, there's like a bunch of different little bits of evidence all over the place. It would be nice to have it neatly compiled and easy to work out. Look. Catti and Jockington get their time to shine next chapter. Ooh, yay for a yummy lunch. I want a yummy lunch. Probably gonna have a boring lunch, but that's okay. Advertisements on my cell phone. Coming straight to your texts. I don't think he's losing his mind though. I think he's just always like people. I feel like people are kind of exaggerating. Like, oh, Jockington's turning into a goner. Jockington's going a little crazy. I'm like, he's always been kind of weird. He's always had kind of broken speech. I don't think it's getting any worse. I think it might be more noticeable since we've had a few more lines from him, but. Coming straight from your house. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on it. Maybe it is more of that. But something that's confused me a little bit is people being like, "Oh, Jockington's speech is degrading. That means he's going to turn into a goner." And I'm like, "Wait, how did we come to this conclusion?" Because goners don't have degraded speech. Like, they actually speak pretty well. So where does the idea come that goners have a degraded speech? I don't know. What would it mean then? That's not is bird person degrading? Like how? We barely heard bird person talk, and his speech was also kind of like messy, even in chapter 1. Yeah, even in chapter 1, he's like, "Do you like the books upstairs?" He's like, "I like to read the books upstairs. You should really read them." Like, he kind of cuts himself off, like, in regular stuff, too. Don't wait, don't. Still not sure. Again, why the assumption is like, oh, this is the process of turning into a goner. Why would that happen? He went from "I like the books upstairs" to wait, lad. It still sounds about the same. I don't know. Maybe we haven't heard enough lines from him. Or I don't know what their gender is. Something is up. But what could be up? What is the dealy-do? What does it mean? Also, we know some of the other goners are there in town, like the donut guy. He seems to be okay, although we haven't seen much of him. He only showed up like a couple times, usually about driving his car. I'm driving my car. Now I can't find parking and stuff. And then do we have Ficus guy in there at all? He's in there, right? I'm not sure. Well, I guess we know there's something going on with goners because in the beginning, when you make the vessel, it's called the Goner Maker. But I'm not sure how that relates to the people that, you know, we see in town that we also know correspond with goners in Undertale. He was in the diner at one point. They seem about the same, right? Let's see, did we get everything here? Yes, the right color. Make sure we got all the shading around here. I think we did. Come back to some of this later. She's gonna get grabbed. I think I also saw people like saying, "Oh, Jockington's gonna become a goner because his colors are less saturated." And I tried to look at the difference, and I'm like, I'm sorry, these look the same. They look the same to me. I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, no, it goes all the way up to there. Okay. I'm gonna have to carefully draw around that. Carefully draw around that. Good bind. What's that from? Are you saying farewell? On this, the day of my daughter's streaming? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Ignore me. I'm being a silly. I'm being a silly Billy. Yeah, if it's not a goner thing, it does kind of makes you wonder, okay, then what's going on with Bird Guy? Also, Bird Guy, stop hiding the important books from us. I know you're hiding the lore from us. Stop it. Get out of the way with your big body and your big head. I know you're hiding the lore. That is his true crime. Hiding the lore from us. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, wait, is that a greeting or a goodbye? I don't know what's happening. In that case, I will give you a hello and a yellow and a mellow as well. And what else rhymes with that? And a cello. I'll give you also a cello, which I don't know how to play. You'll get even more obscure LOs. Yes, thank you for coming. I think my brother tried to play cello. Briefly. Did not stick with it, though. I've never done a string instrument. I did play trumpet for a few years when I was in middle school. Ah, brass instruments. The instruments where you spit to play them. Oh, okay. Yeah, holding a violin sounds kind of scary. Oh, wow. Double bass. That's pretty cool. I like how in chapter 3 and 4, Susie, like, has one instance of, you know, playing drums badly in the thing, and then she's like, guess what, Noelle, we were in a band. I'm really good, actually. And I'm like, oh, honey, she wants to play music really badly. She wants to do it. Which makes it all the worse that they're like, no, you can't play the piano. You're bad. Like, I'm gonna kick whoever that was in the knees. Let her play the piano while eating a ham sandwich. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. We are talking about musical instruments, I guess. Well, QC is having a very bad day. But it's about to get worse. Oh no. Not the trauma. Yeah, I used to play trumpet. Somebody briefly tried to give me piano lessons, but I was like 10, so I don't remember it. I used to be able to read music, but I can't anymore. They should make a band. They could make a band. Susie clearly wants to play an instrument. She could play drums or piano. Chris wants to play piano and play keyboard. And Noelle can sing. Susie talked about how well Noelle can sing. They could be in a band. QC is getting gonna get slaughtered by a big chimera. Yes. By Chimera Catti and Jockington. He's busy yelling at the guard. He's like, oh, the giant chimera is approaching. Surely it will not find me inside my own shop. Oh, you still got time? You can do it. I don't have time, sadly, and no ideas. I'm sad. I'll repost something from a previous year. But it'll be tomorrow. Good grief, I can't believe it's been 10 whole dang years. What an amazement. Distractions happen. I have had no ideas. I've got so many other things to work on. Back at work again. No time. Like even right now, I'm like, alright, gotta work on Eldritchrune. Speaking of, got her sleeve there apparently. I might just repost the 8th anniversary art, because I liked the 8th anniversary art. I really like how that came out. I think that's been my favorite anniversary piece. I'm sorry, Undertale, all of my brain power has been going to Eldritchrune. It's been 10 years. It has. Yeah, if time zone's doing it, then, go for the time zone. I'm not panicking, you are. Yeah, and it's hard for me to replay because I'm like, oh no, I'm taking them back out of the happy ending to play with them again. No. Mexican Independence Day. Together they create the ultimate holiday. Actually, no wait, I should probably, she's kind of inside. I think I'm going to change this to a bit more shadowed. She's trying to hide under the table, it's not working. Yes, please bring us good things, Toby. And also a newsletter, please. It's so good. One of those life-changing games. If you let it. And it still blows my mind that, like, he made this basically to practice and see if he could make a game. It's like, oops, I accidentally made one of the most beloved indie games of all time. Because I just wanted to see if I could make it this other game that I had a dream about. Incredibly base. Whoops, he slipped. Absolutely insane. I can't imagine being in that position. Like, oh, I'll just make something small to see that I can do it. Oops. My game is a worldwide phenomenon? That would kind of terrify me, too. Just a bit. Wait, what do you mean a ripoff? They're nothing alike! Newsflash, bananas are a ripoff of, celery. Huh? What do you mean ripoff of FNAF? That's bizarre. Popcorn, a ripoff of chocolate, huh? Alright, I gotta do another stretch time. Stretch time! You can always come home to Undertale. Wish I could get more family members into it. According to AcclaimedGames.com. That is many critics list. I mean, 81 out of however many thousands of games are out there is nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, I can't get much with my family into it. I'm like, please. Please. Next generation won't come from me anyway. Oh yeah, Japanese art going up. I did read that one interview that Toby did. I don't remember who it was with, but good grief, that guy is so funny. It's crazy, just like, how are you such a funny guy? He's like, yes, and then I ate Cheez-Its, which are not the same thing as cheese nips, and also, the devil will disguise himself as a savior. It was just really good. And I know what all that's about, because I also know, like, oh yeah, Cheez-Its, those aren't the same as cheese nips. Those aren't as good as cheese nips. You have to have the actual Cheez-Its. Yeah, I love the 5-year anniversary concert. It's really good. I re-listened to that a whole bunch. The devil will come in the form of a SpongeBob-shaped cheese nip. You'll be like, is this a Cheez-It? No. And also the whole thing about, like, how were you like as a kid? Well, if I was a 3-stage evolution Pokemon, I would still be stage 1 at age 10. Like, that evokes, like, such an image. I know, the way that was so relatable. It's like a way with words of like, oh yeah, I understand that feeling. That's probably why this games and characters work so well. He's extremely good at like communicating certain feelings. Even feelings you didn't even realize you had. Like in other interviews being like, oh yeah, and I used to just like, sit in church and draw out game levels on the back of the church pamphlet. And I'm like, I did stuff like that. That was me. Not a game design, but I would draw little characters on the back of the church pamphlet in church. For a doodle request, I do have that open. Although, I need to do the rest of my stretches and get water. So if you're going to do that, please wait until I get back from one more stretch and stuff.
Elfies.
Alrighty, I am back from water and stretches. Yeah, if you wrote like expansion, you would have no friends very quickly. Just is really good lines. It's still funny. Yes, I am back. Back for more terror time with QC. She's got to be in a Dark World later, isn't? I feel like she's gonna be. The whole, you know, Gaster's list of interesting names turns out to be the case. Very interesting. Whatever did she do to deserve this but help sacrifice some kids? Yeah, pretty much that. That's what she did to deserve this. I don't know, man. You wanted to summon the Eldritch forces beyond your control. Here they are. They're also beyond your control, just FYI. It was just a goof up. Stop focusing on all the negatives. Stop focusing on all the child murder. Do we really want to hold people accountable for the kids they can't talk, the kids they sacrifice? Is that the kind of society they want to be? And the funny thing is that Catti ain't even here to like hold her accountable. She's just like, "Your snack, hooray! Time for a snack. Time for a kitty snack, or a snake snack rather." Jockington does the eating. Like, you sacrifice kids? Well, whatever. Do a lot of shitting on all those darn piles of wood flying everywhere, though. Yes, if you want to do art requests, I do have that thing open. My page. I feel like I can't talk today. It's like blah, blah, blah. My brain is not operating on all cylinders. Salmon flavored cat treats. It would have to be something snakes enjoy too. Tossing an image is okay as long as I can access it. Whatever, man, just don't murder people. So beware of having a fantasy of doing whatever you want to people, because it might come back to bite you. It might be a lesson in also Eldritchrune, don't murder people. I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna die in Eldritchrune. I don't think we're necessarily gonna be able to save Des and get her back to normal. But I don't even think Rudy's gonna die. I think he's gonna get really close enough that it's a threat. I kind of feel like if he died, that might kind of derail things a bit. I don't know. I know, another Azrael situation. That's what I'm predicting. It's another Azrael situation where we can stop her and, try and comfort her and, try and make things right, but can't actually be like, and then everything's fixed with her and she's normal again. I get the feeling that'll be the case. And we'll go ballistic. Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit? I do think the threat of Rudy dying is what's going to get her to make a dark fountain. Because I feel like Rudy is more useful leverage for dark fountain making alive than dead. What? Who are you to tell me when my sister can come back, old man? Weird, freaky thing from beyond the layers of reality we're in? Yes, choke Gaster. Gaster's like, I did nothing wrong. Why are you doing this to me? Might be something he did wrong. I guess it depends. Well, mostly he seems like he's just kind of like sitting back and being like, okay, cool. Go, player, go. Let's see how this goes. He's like, no, my Eldritchrune. Why is it your Eldritchrune, sir? Shouldn't it be our Eldritchrune? Insert the, communist national anthem here. I don't know how to sing it. What specifically? It's a long list. No, it's my Eldritchrune. I paid $25 for it. Give Ralsei his own soul. Do it. What about my sister? Your sister will now be discarded. No. Your name is Jockington. And then we go to Jockington Town, where everybody's Jockington and you play as Jockington. No, that was his neck. No, she did grab him by the collar. She wasn't, like, choking him. She was, like, she grabbed his collar and was shaking him. The collar would also be around the neck, but that does not mean she is choking him. That means she is shaking him by the collar. It's more cartoony. I guess so. Instead of Chris getting possessed, it was Jockington. Yeah, say I'm not quite sure what Gaster did. We don't know who discarded the vessel. Or if Gaster knew that wasn't going to work, why we went to the trouble of making a vessel in the first place. Rudolph is kidding. Always do Disco Elysium references. Always appropriate. Yes, he was the real Handy Snake all along. Handy Snake real. Toby, you discarded our vessel. That dog. Now, why does Toby just keep showing up to mess with Chris? And pretend to kill Chris? Toby, why are you doing this to this child? Please, why? He's like, I'll get you in my little car. I'll get you. Toby child murder, honestly not surprising. Vehicular manslaughter, and by vehicular we mean those little toy cars. The last thing you see before you die. Toby when he sees a middle schooler square up. Yeah, why are we putting like Asgore in the situation of like, haha, Asgore's gonna run over Des with his car? I'm like, no, you fools, it was Toby all along. He ran us over with his car. Even matchup, honestly. I mean, you're not wrong. Go, white boy, go. Let's see. Now I gotta do this stuff. Pull this apart. And then again, I'm probably could only square up with a middle schooler myself. What do I know? Elvis, could you take on a middle schooler? She says yes, if they were a cricket. I could take on a middle schooler cricket. I don't think they live long enough to go to middle school anyway, so you're especially in luck. Peekaboo, I see you. Feeling eepy? It's almost lunchtime though. That's not time for eepy, that's time for lunch. I wish I'd gotten more sleep last night, though. Well, that's probably my own fault. Feeling eepy. Oh, no, I got that wrong. Ugh. Okay, let's try a little bit more. Shaded here. My store is flying away. Help it. This is the Eldritch equivalent of when a cat, you know, knocks its favorite toy under the fridge and it's like, "Eee!" Trying to reach it. My toy. I still need a Rousey plushie. I have Sham, but not Rousey. And none of his fabulous outfits. His greed sickens me. We need to make sure we can find more outfits for Rousey in the next chapters. No, that's a lot of them. I also need more of like the buddy figurines. I have a bunch of those. I have Sham and I have Shay. They're never gonna do Susie because she's a whitener and it doesn't count. No. So I would still get a Susie plushie. I still want a Eldritchrune Susie plushie and a big one I can hug and you can put stuff in its mouth in like a pouch. Give him a proper royal outfit. Proper prince. No. Oh yeah, did they have a Clover plush that they released with like makeshift or something? That seems possible. Thank you, makeshift, for making plushies that ship, I guess. Fan Clover plushies. Oh, so they haven't done like a makeshift one though? I'm surprised. I kind of thought they would do that. Oh, okay. Huh. I thought it would be like a proper Undertale yellow plushie. Huh. Huh. Cool. No. Okay, same artist. I wish I could sew stuff. I'd make my own plushes if I could. But sewing machines scare me and I do not have the knowledge. I would have to learn. I would have to learn how to do that. No. He's so dainty. He's so delicate and polite. He's a polite little man. Toothpaste boy. Yeah, go get a second degree. Smart genius. Am I being made fun of? I do miss Lancer and Susie bouncing silly, like, like insults off each other. Because that was really cute. Tuck him in bed and give him a cup of milk. Exactly. I love that little gif or whatever of like, you know, show Rousey compassion, and Chris just splats next to Rousey, and then pillows and a bed cover and a plushie come in and they get tucked into bed. I hope so. Please give us more. I do like how chapter 2 introduces the idea of, oh no, the darkness that don't belong in a certain world will turn to stone. And chapter 3 is like, yeah, Lancer will be around until we're done with him. We're keeping the Lancer. Shush, phone. Turn that off. Shush. And shush. Yeah, chapter 3 was really weird with that whole deal. Because it's like, chapter 2 set it up and chapter 3 made it weird. So like, oh yes, they turn to stone when that happens. But also the Pippins are all here. We've decided they belong. And also there's a bit where like a Zapper turns to stone, but not a Pippins. The bounciness. Please bounce him like a pumpkin. Vibe-based dark fountain. Chris is like, no, my dark fountain has Lancer for a long time because I said so. But you know what? Fair. That's fair. Yeah, because at least like with Chris, we know that, oh, they brought home a bunch of stuff from the library, like, you know, Queen's laptop and a bunch of cards and etc. And he's like, well, these belong with the TV now. And so, they belong with the TV, at least long enough for that. The rules are a little odd. Yeah, Lancer didn't show up at all in Susie's Dark World. Susie's Dark World in general is like, it's very odd. Like even she's like, oh, did I make this wrong? This feels a little off. I don't think it's ever said offhand that the remote is from Catti. Like there's some games and stuff that was from Catti. No, she loves Lancer. She loves her bouncy boy. What are the rules for this? We don't know. We don't know. Whatever works for the story is what the rules are for this. And just like, oh, Susie is so proud of like, I got to make a dark world, I can do it. And then it's like, did I do it wrong? And like is doubting herself. And I'm like, oh no, girl. Huh, I don't remember that line at all. Like I know that the Cat Petters game is from Catti and Catti. It's listed for them. But I don't remember the remote being from Catti's house. How would it work with their TV? Do they have universal remotes? How does that work? I guess the problem is it's just the one zapper. It's not like the other zappers turned to stone. It's just that one. How many remotes do we have laying around here? You've got Catbat. Speaking of Catti and Catti. What if you wanted to run for your life and a giant cat said no? I have heard of Skylanders, haven't played it. I haven't played any Spyro for that matter. Should probably play the actual Spyro first. I feel like that would be the most appropriate course of action. You're the kitty's mouse now, even though she's actually a rabbit, but... I guess technically rabbits are a thing that both a cat and a snake would eat. Metaphorically. Okay, we got all the shading on that? Do the black, I guess. Hometown is in flames. It's because the Eldritch Beasts are attacking it. And setting stuff on fire. We don't need no water. Let the hometown burn. Well, they do need water, actually. Please don't burn down all of hometown. Yes, burn down all of hometown. Now we got Catti and Jockington going around spreading fire, and then Susie can do that too, so it's a bad situation. Actually, hometown's dead at this point. Well, the citizens are still alive, at least for now. Let's see how long that lasts, though. Who goes after Father Alvin? It's Birdly. Birdly eats him. Like right here. Birdly chomp. Very undignified way to go, to get eaten by Birdly. Sorry, Alvin. Birdly chomp. Yeah, Garrison ended up way better. Sorry, Alvin. Oh, people are going to be super normal, yeah. Alvin is like a human getting eaten by a giant bird. That is what the Eldritch Beasts are here for, to be like, yay, people time, snack, 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 snack. What's outside the window? It's the void watching you. What if you wanted to hide in your shop and the void said, "Can I come in?" Yep, shouldn't have sacrificed people. That's a good rule of thumb, you know, in general in real life. If you don't want to get eaten by a giant bird, don't sacrifice children to evil demons. Just logical. Yeah, like Father Alvin in Paper Trail is going to be very different from Father Alvin here. And these are extremely different universes. An extreme difference. Which then in turn is different even from canon. Honestly, I'm kind of wondering if Father Alvin got, like, kidnapped at the end of Chapter 4 and nobody knows it. Like, where was he? Exactly. That's just logic. Don't sacrifice people or one of the people you sacrifice will bring back a whole horde of monsters to eat you. This is basic knowledge. 2 and 2 together. But yeah, I kind of got this feeling that, like, Father Alvin got kidnapped, too. In canon? Where did he go? Ah, I see. I don't even know if he lives there, but it's kind of weird that, like, he clearly had his father's, like, dust in the drawer. It seems like with intent to, you know, bring him back to life and with the dark fountain. And then he wasn't even there. For eating popcorn. She gets a brutal death. So I hope you enjoy your popcorn for a very brutal death for Carol. I should probably, like, emphasize a little more, like, yep, she's really, really bad in this universe. So that people won't be like, whoa. And she gets very brutal death. Have I done Martlet's death yet? No. That's a couple parts from where I am now. Not yet. That'll be probably part 12, I think. And I've only just done, like, layouts for part 10. It's ways away. Ways away. Huh. Did I not do that? Martlet is not a friend here. Here she's an Empire soldier. Yeah, it is an extremely brief cameo. Like a couple panels. And then she's gone. What are you doing here? A very brief cameo. Me too. Yeah, exactly. She was a hostile soldier in Undertale Yellow, so she's an Empire soldier here too. So sorry. I'm sorry, Martlet. Yeah, she's random Empire soldier. Yep. Again, extremely brief cameo. It's like a couple panels. Ironically, that's also Catti and Jockington. They're getting all the interesting people. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. I haven't even worked out her design yet. There's still a bunch of designs I gotta work out. She does attack you, and yeah, I guess if you do, the slightly flawed pacifist where you don't spare Saroba, then she'll turn you into Asgore, and Asgore kills you. So, Roman Empire takes over town. Cult forms because people are throwing a hissy fit. Kid gets sacrificed and suddenly returns and kills everyone. Yeah, about that. At least if you're not part of the cult thing. Most people aren't aware of the cult thing either, so as far as they're concerned, they're like, what the hell is happening and why is this happening? What did we do wrong specifically? That's true. I guess she was kind of in a papyrus position of the king wants you for some reason. Surely he would not attack this child. Surely. Yeah, that's true. She is basically the papyrus in that situation. Oh, I gotta take a break and do a stretch before we do one more. Okay. Remember the black's over there as well. All over the place. Martlet seemed to be in the position where she's like, I will believe the best in people. Because she was also being trained by Chujin, who was like, sure, it'll be fine if we do these highly unethical experiments. Accidentally almost burned down Asgore's garden. Oops. Yeah, exactly. She's not necessarily in the, Empire army because she's like, hooray, Empire! But it's like, it is a career path. Where it's like, okay, I know I can do this while I try and figure out what else I'm doing. He's the best in monsters. I know, like, Jujin, please! Did you intend for Clover? We're probably not going to see Clover again, no. Maybe a brief cameo and, like, crowd running for their lives kind of thing, but, they're not going to make a big comeback, I don't think. Yeah. Extra god points. Oh, that would be sad, because, like, Clover is still a kid, and Martlet's, like, in the Empire Army. And Empire Army pretty much gets all got when they're like, okay, we'll try and square off against these beasts, and the beasts just eat everybody. And by the beasts, I mostly mean Susie. She's doing, like, 95% of that. Say sticker. Sweet, free 5-course meal. Again, it is an extremely brief cameo. Like a couple panels of like, hey Chris, please don't kill us, chomp. Like it's not very much. Not much time with Martlet unless good grief, could I squeeze anybody else in with other things I'm planning to do with, like, Asriel? Maybe. I'd have to think on it, though. Maybe I can squeeze into some other UTY things with whatever's going on with Asriel, but I think for that I have to focus, like, more on the night, actually. She does not need more props. Again, there is a couple panels of her being like, please don't kill us, she gets killed. Like, it's not a good time for her. Yeah, I'm not sure how else that would be squeezed in. So I realized, okay, there is some scenes I gotta do with Asriel. More with his investigation. But I'd like that to be more of a focus on the night, because I want to at least kind of present the night as a threat a bit, even though they're not nearly so much of a scary threat as they are in canon, but at least a little bit of a threat. So I gotta establish that. Alright, be right back for one more stretch and stuff, and then we'll do one more session.
What do you think about that? Watching carefully.
we're back. Yeah, it would be cool if we could have Soroba there with their Kitsune mask, but I don't know how she would be included in. Will Asriel have a forbidden romance with the knight? No. I can say right now with certainty, no. Let me put this in the background actually a little bit. There's something back there. There we go. Eldritchrune yellow AE to put Soroba in. Pretty much. Maybe it'll be you. It could be you. You never know. I don't know. I really do feel like Catti and Jockington are gonna have to show up in some capacity. We have all this stuff set up with you know, she's jealous of Susie. She's overprotective of Noelle. Has done occult rituals with Chris. Jockington literally in the prophecy for no reason. That stuff has to pay off in some degree or other. In some form or other. I do feel like, okay, I thought we would get Catti and Jockington Chapter 4 Dark World. Okay. Still a chance for them to show up in Chapter 5 Dark World. That's my prediction. There's a Chapter 5 Dark World. I'm determined to see them. Name their kid Jesus. I actually know somebody in real life named Jesus. And not like Jesus. He's named like Jesus. Really nice guy, though. So it does still happen. Who isn't in the chapter? Well, there might be people in the Chapter 6 Dark World. My prediction is that we're going to have Chapter 5 Dark World. Catti and Jockington will show up in that, along with Asgore. And then we're going to get a Festival Dark World in Chapter 6, and that will kind of eventually turn into the Roaring. And that's where we're going to get everybody else on that list of people who are interesting to Gaster. They're going to be in the festival. And therefore in a Dark World in the festival. Dark World Festival sort of thing. That's my prediction. I don't really like that. Let's try to clean that up a bit. I do want more Noelle in the Dark World. Where is she? Let my girl participate. I don't know if we'll necessarily see Birdley in Chapter 5. He may or may not show up, especially since, like, Chapter 5 Weird Root, you know, he's still in the hospital. She has work to do. Plus, we've got all that like dialogue dummied in of her responses to food things or food items you can give her. Like that's got to be in there for a reason. And the most likely reason is she rejoins the fun game and can therefore access all of those food items. That is true. That is true. We'll fall like dominoes, Chris. Like, Birdley, please, I thought you learned some lessons from your Dark World adventure. You gotta be a little bit better about this, please. For sure, I'm just believing this if you chose Birdley. Huh? I feel like she'd have to appear at least briefly in the party. In some capacity. If we have all the opportunities to have all these, like, food items that she can respond to. Or weapons and stuff like that. Huh, that would be interesting. It'd be really sad if Susie was the one that was taken out of that. Like, oh crap. So if it's not chapter 5, it could be chapter 6. And grief, there's so much stuff still to cover. How are we going to have time to cover it all? I don't know. I think the Curdly shippers are getting their food. They're doing alright. Don't need to yell. Okay. I got everything on this page? I think I have. At least in terms of character shading. Once again, QC not having a good day. Let's see. Oh, it's the wrong number, so we're very, very sorry that we got it wrong. I like how the wrong number song is consistent across universes, at least. Well, Sans brought that with him. He's like, the wrong number song was funny. I'm bringing that to the Undertale universe. How unfortunate. I don't know. It just says that Chris sang the wrong number song. Whatever is involved with that. Chris like, haha, I get to prank the bird. Birdly, you're probably extremely prankable, though, to be fair. Whoever is prank calling me, stop that. Birdly, maybe you shouldn't put your phone number in your username? I don't know. Don't know who the Undertale caller is, except they seem to know Gaster. Birdly has no concept of online safety, that is true. He's a cool gamer hacker. He doesn't have to worry about online safety. Oh, my luxurious queen. I baked you a gamer's delight. Birdly, you've grown up online stuff. You should know better. You should know better. He's like, I have no concept of online safety here either. Whee! Because I'm not online. Didn't you watch Degrassi, Birdly? Do they have Degrassi in that universe? Probably, right? Something like it. Is there like Monster Degrassi? No! Come learn my cool gamer tips. Or else he's got a kissing booth. Come practice your kissing with me, a true lover of kissing and Minecraft. Everybody's like, actually that's probably more like Burger Pants would do that. Yeah, that's the more likely one. Burger Pants, or I guess Pizza Pants. Wonder if we'll ever learn Pizza Pants' real name. Well, probably that would ruin the joke if we did. We'll never learn it. He will always be Pizza Pants. ICE booth. Kissing booth with a men only sign. I would hope they do that. It's kind of old knowledge at this point. Now we need more like social media etiquette for the kids. People are just meeting strangers online all the time, whether we want to or not. Need like streaming safety and social media safety. That would be useful. I want to figure out if you're in a parasocial relationship, stuff like that. The ironic thing is like back in the day, like, I did meet people from online in real life, and, like, every time it went extremely well, and they became, like, good friends. Except for one time where, like, I only met somebody who was, like, a fan of mine online once. I met them in real life, and it was fine. It was a little weird because they were, like, fangirling, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm just a person. Can we go buy some soda or something? Yeah. It does require more caution. But yeah, back in the day, by that I mean like the 90s, me and another friend met an online friend. We were all into X-Files at the time. And we were like, oh, we really want to come up and meet you because we're cool friends online and stuff. And in order to do that, to be like, okay, we want to meet each other, but we want to make sure it's safe, we literally mailed each other videotapes of ourselves, like VHS videotapes that we took of ourselves, so that we could see, like, okay, this is what we look like and sound like in real life. We're a real person. Back in my day, if you wanted to meet a stranger online, you mailed each other a VHS tape of yourself. Ugh, I know, I hate that. I see so many things out that are like, take our quiz to find out, you know, which character you are. I'm like, I ain't touching any of those quizzes. You're not getting no personal info out of me, Facebook. You already have all of it anyway. I know this. I know. When people ask me for, like, actual, like, age and stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna give you a vague answer. You don't need to know that. You don't need to know that about me. I know. I hate the fact now that they're like, oh, by the way, give us all of your personal information just to go online. I'm like, how about you go online with your personal information? I want my right to privacy. That's a real thing. We need it. We need it now more than ever. I blame Facebook for that too. In past times, it's like, okay, you want to go online, well, you have to adopt, you know, a new personality and whatever. You're not supposed to be yourself, your actual, like, you know, real life self, because that's not safe. What? No! Oh my goodness. Zip code, birth date. It's like, okay, do I need this for, like, a government website? Okay, yeah, probably. You don't need that to play an online game. Yeah, I don't go on Facebook anymore either, except to, like, plan a real-life event with real-life friends. And I wish we would just move it to Discord, but they won't listen to me when I say that. I'm like, guys, can we stop using Facebook, please? Especially after I read that book, Careless People. I'm like, oh, Facebook is, like, evil, actually. I mean, they're all pretty evil, but, Facebook's been evil for a long time. I just kind of stopped using the homepage whatsoever, because it's just obnoxious to get through. I hate all that algorithmic stuff. Good. Good. I wish I could do that. I probably could do that. Just take some time to do it. just focus on the Lynx Griffin online persona. But, ugh. So it's so frustrating that, like, that's not how it automatically is. Like, you have to really work to, like, scrub your real life self from the internet. And they make it really hard. And they're making it harder. Anyways, if you are a young person, that's my advice. Don't give out all your personal information on the internet. There you go, that's smart. I feel like I'm in weird positions all over the place in line where there's like crossover but kind of not. Ugh. I'm like, whatever, photo book, shut up. Well, so they're gonna close stuff down anyway. It is admittedly hard to find like decent like file hosting places. I keep thinking like sometime, you know, I should make like a forum, an Undertale Deltarune like fan forum. Because what if, you know, more social media places just collapse under our feet? I'm so tired of hopping from place to place. I really should just, like, make a forum. It's just kind of hard to get people to, like, migrate in that direction because people are so used to doing stuff on social media now. I've been doing it for years. And it's like, have you considered turning to the power of forum? There's tools to do it for free, so I would just need to set it up and start advertising it, I guess. Yeah, just in case. Because goodness knows. Yeah, I mostly just use Tumblr and Blue Sky. I left Twitter, and honestly I'm glad I did, because I could not stand like having to slog through like a bunch of crappy robot stuff just to get to, you know, the people I want to see. Also, I hate trending tabs. I hate them so much because they drive my anxiety up all the time because they're always like, what's trending? A horrible thing. Will you check out this horrible thing that's trending? I'm like, no, actually I don't. I don't want to check that out. No. So at least Blue Sky let me turn off the trending tab and it's gone. Less of that, please. It's like, if something is trending, I will hear about it one way or another, against my will. Just by being on the internet. Yeah, I don't remember how to do it exactly, but there is a way to just, I think you just go into settings and just turn it off. You can just turn off the trending tab and it's gone. Like, as soon as I saw it pop up, I'm like, okay, please, how do I turn this off? I hate trending tabs. The silly doofus has been sent. Why, Jockington? Here comes the airplane. And by airplane, I mean this lady. Oh, doodle request? Did I miss something? Sorry, did I miss the doodle request? One of the bosses in Star Tropics. This was literally like me looking up like snake open mouth. So I'm like, what do snakes look like with their jaws unhinged? I actually don't know, so I looked it up. I looked it up. My source says I looked it the fuck up. Okay, if you want to send a doodle request, please do it by redeeming your points. You need to redeem your points. The points, they must be redeemed. They must be redeemed. Oh, what was it already? It already did? Okay, I must have missed that. Okay. I'm sorry, I missed the point redemption. I missed it. Okay, you want bread roll? Bread roll, whoop. It's not Bidoof, it's whatever the Bibarel on a roll. A Bibarel, okay. Bibarel on a prayer. Bidoof. Everybody knows Bidoof, not many people know Bibarel. Or Bibarel. The other one. So crunchy and good for you. I hope this looks like a roll. Maybe I can put some butter on top. Does this look like a proper bibber roll? Have I got it down? Round? Do a bibber roll. There they are! Hooray! It's round. I hope we can tell that's a roll. Now I want to roll. I want to roll. Yeah. Alright, thank you. I'm glad you like. That's a good pun. Play charades. Haven't done that in a while either. The roundest of rolls. I want some of those rolls from, I want Hawaiian rolls. Or I want one of those rolls from Wood Ranch Barbecue. They have really good rolls there, and they don't have that here. I want Wood Ranch. I want it. Have I been to a Texas Roadhouse? I don't know. Wait, did I? Why should not be filled in like that? That's weird. What's going on with that? Oh. Uh-oh, now I gotta fill in. I could... feathers for Birdly over here. Bread pun. I'm on a roll. Why don't we leaven the mood a bit with some Birdly? He was also searching for some snacks. The bibber roll is named Ryder. Okay, that I don't get that pun. What does that pun mean? Like rye is in like bread rye? Is that the pun? As in we made some rye bread. Okay. I got it eventually. I eventually figured it out. What's your favorite kind of bread? I like sourdough. Yeah, he's having a good time. He gets to fly around and munch on some humans. He gets to level up. Yeah, I love sourdough. Or them French breads, very good. Oh, also I like, good grief, I'm suddenly forgetting the name. Focaccia bread. What's some focaccia bread? I haven't had that in forever. Olive oil and the salt in it. You know what I want? I want a sourdough bread bowl. With like stew or soup in it. Sourdough bread bowl with like tomato soup in it. That sounds really good. Shoot, I wish I had that. Bao bun with chicken. Cheese garlic innards. That pull apart bread that's like cheesy garlic stuff inside. Anything with garlic, you know, that can't go wrong. Korean fried chicken. Ooh. Had some really good Korean fried chicken the other day. There's a Korean fried chicken place that's like really close that just opened up here, and I kind of want to go, but it's really expensive. It's like way more expensive than anything else around here, so I'm like, okay, I haven't been here before. Do I want to spend that much money and take a chance on it? I'm sure it'll be really good, but it's quite a bit out of the price range compared to everything else. Because there is other Korean chicken places here that are good, but I'm like, it's gonna be like $100 good. Cause it's quite a bit. But I do want to try it, 'cause I do like Korean fried chicken. Alright, as soon as we finish Birdly here, I think it's gonna be time to stop. Drawing all the monsters, you know, eating people. It's like, oh man, I'm hungry now. Let's get some focaccia. Let's get some bread bowls. Yeah, $100 is it's a lot. I have had food that's really expensive, and it's like, oh, this is why it's expensive. It's really good, but you really gotta work yourself up to that. Dungeon meshy coated, yeah. I want to see more of that show. Hope they do more soon. We have delicious foods at home, and by home I mean the dungeon. Much as chowder. Do they have delicious food in chowder? I haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm almost done for the day. And then we're up to pick up with some more Eldritchrune work next time. Probably it'll be backgrounds though. So I do have a lot of background stuff to get through. But hey, we made good progress on this stuff, and that's always good. Every character is named after a food. Oh, okay. I actually didn't know that about chowder. How did I not know that, huh? Ooh, okay, I think that's gonna be it for now. Well, Burley is soaring over stuff, and QC's in trouble. Okay, yay, we made progress on these guys. Whew. Sorry. But for now, I've got other stuff to do. Meat and dive, wing dal, truffles, schnitzel. No, I want schnitzel too. Ah, why are we talking about food so much that I can't have? I want some good schnitzel. Ah, blah. anyways, I hope you all get good lunches as well. Go get some schnitzel or chowder or bread bowls or Korean fried chicken, I don't know. Or something from Dungeon Meshi, which is also good. Whew. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. And I'll be back with more Mother 3 on Friday, and then probably more art on next Sunday as well. So yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope it's a little sunnier for you than it is here. Go get some sleeps or some foods. Thanks so much for being here with me. But yes, I will see you all next time. And Albies also says goodbye because she is watching. Alright, thanks so much for coming, and I will see you later.